Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting game of boys high school varsity soccer here from Port Huron High School Soccer Complex. Just underway now as tonight's matchup is between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Centerline Panthers. Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6. Centerline controls along the far sideline. Challenge at center. Nice night for soccer. Here from the Port Huron Soccer Complex. That one deflected and will roll out of bounds. We'll throw in. So throw in from Centerline in the corner. Battling for it. Nice challenge by the Big Red defense. He found some space, though. That's Brandon Warzinski. Eventually knocks it out of bounds, I believe. And now we'll have a corner. So early opportunity here for the Panthers. That one on the outside of the box, deflected away by Port Huron High. And cleared to the sideline, so once again we'll have center line throw in. Jason Mallow playing the ball out of bounds. Keeping pressure on the ball and rewarded Big Reds there as they now control the throw in. Up the middle of the field as Kasich. Now Nate Robinson. A little miscommunication. Pass taken away by at center. Bad pass taken away by Von Miller. Or John Miller, excuse me. Far side trying to make a move. Inside the box, surrounded by center line. Eventually played out of bounds on the far sideline. Knocked out of bounds, center line throw in. Confusion as to who's in net tonight, actually, for the Big Reds. Thought it was Eric Langoff, but his position jersey's out there. I'm not sure if they moved somebody up, and that's the jersey he's wearing. Battling for it, far side. Collision there, and we'll have a flag. And free kick for center line. A little too much contact. First free kick. Going to be taken by Devon Robinson. Ball played up towards center. First one there is Miller. Chasing in on the far sideline. That's Miso. Back there challenging was Josh Paul for the Big Reds. Thrown from center line, and not sure if we have an illegal throw-in. I believe that's what the call was. So turnover, and goes right back to the Big Reds, but now center line takes it off the throw-in. Tries to control it at center. Running along the far side. Back towards center, able to dump it in. Nice play by Kasich. Controlled by the keeper for Centerline. Throwing from Vang. Trying a nice centering opportunity and out for the save. Port Huron high. Nice takeaway by Robinson. Robinson trying to control the midfield early. Trying to add some possession time to the Port Huron high offense here. Big Reds get it over to Osmanovic. Robinson working the corner. Nice challenge by Centerline. Take away by Penn. So he works the ball up the field. Plays it too far in front of him. Right to Kasich. Kasich tries to go cross field. Jason Mallon. He's going to try to center now. Let's see if Centerline will. And dangerous boot right up the middle. Could have been a shot opportunity for Big Reds. You almost want to play that ball out of bounds. Turn and fire from Miller, and that goes wide, so we'll have a goal kick upcoming for the Panthers. Once again, we'll have Robinson take the set kick. Floating around the middle and eventually get a whistle. It's going to be a free kick for the Big Reds. Right in the middle of that, trying to keep possession was Miller. Now we'll have Nate Robinson taking this kick, trying to play this one in the box. Let's see what he can do. Takes a shot on net and nicely angled. And nice save for the keeper. Again, regaining control at center is Kasich. He's challenged this time. Ball taken away by Centerline. Right to the Big Red defense, and they boot that away. Hunter Falk. Whistle there. Free kick for Centerline. Nice heads up play by Robinson, taking it over at center field. Going to be off Port Huron high. Centerline throw-in. Seems like Robinson really taking over a lot of the offensive duties for Port Huron high. Controlling midfield well, along with Kasich. Kasich's actually listed as a defender. He's played well. Nice ball control in the corner by Vang. Because of that move, got a little shove on him, and we'll have a free kick for the Panthers. Taken by Juju. Mallon deflects it out of bounds. Centerline playing back. Trying to make a move. Nice pass. Let's see if it's onside. It is. Trying to make a move in front of the net. It's going to have a left-footed shot. Shifts it over to his right, so he has an easier shot and deflected just over the net. So it was last touch by the goalie, so we'll have a corner. Pointing to the near side corner. The team was originally pointing the other way, obviously. It would favor most right-handed right-footed kickers, excuse me, to be on the far side, can kind of hook it into the box a little more. That's not the call on the field. The corner played through the box, bouncing around still, very dangerous. Coming out to make a play. Nice challenge to get it out of there eventually. That's Jeremy Kasich. Well, I said he's been big. And then Robinson tries to clear it out towards center, headed back in by Centerline. Once again, trying to get it into the box. Warzinski sends it out. Now Osmanovic's trying to make a run. Didn't really have much with him. Had to dump it in for the goalkeeper. And he'll pick it up for an easy save. Nice pressure by the forwards trying to keep the ball in the zone. A lot of times you don't see that kind of two-way play from the forwards. Nice to see it there. Unable to hold it in though. Center line goes the other way. Nice move in the corner to take that ball away. That's Paul Robinson back on defense. Robson, excuse me. Far side. Opportunity. Nice defensive play by Devon Robinson. Taking the place kicks and great defensive move, boxing out, taking that ball away from Port Huron High. 27:52 remaining here in the first half. Hunter Falk gets it up the mound. Try to feed it back to him was Warzinski, but just let him a little bit too much. Long pass, and that eventually got through somehow, got to Somo. And those kind of passes can't be getting through your defense. That was almost from the outside of the center circle. Got pretty close to the box. Got to tighten up the holes in that defense. Been a scoring opportunity. Whistle on the play, though. A free kick taken by Kasich for the Big Reds. We'll see the next whistle. We have pretty much the entire center line team about ready to sub in. And it looks like they definitely have depth over Port Huron High, and we'll see how that affects tonight's game, whether that factors into it. Obviously, it's a big advantage to keep fresh legs on the team. We'll have to see how the conditioning of the Port Huron High Big Reds does against being outmanned today. Nice move by Osmanovic. Far side eventually has Robinson catch up with him. He's looking to center. Challenge. His cross was deflected. He'll wait for it to roll out of bounds, and now we'll have a throw-in. Hopefully some of the midfielders should come up and give him some help. A lot of orange jerseys back there inside the box. It's into Miller. Eventually we'll roll out of bounds on the far sideline. So center line throwing, and here's the mass substitution we were talking about. Center line pretty much subs in a whole new front. It's obviously a huge advantage for conditioning. Red's still fighting strong for it. Far side, quick throw in by center line. kind of floating around midfield now. Centerline trying to get something going. Nice challenge there, knocked it right out of bounds. Keep the play stalled at center. Far side plays a nice ball through center. Come back to get it for the Port Huron High. They have Liljak. Played it back towards center. Taking their time with it. Centerline just trying to control the ball. Haven't really had a lot of opportunities as of yet. But if they keep possession of the ball like this, they're eventually going to work the ball down the field, and it's the key to sustaining possessions. Battling forward in the corner. And centering it. And just off the mark, we'll have a goal kick. I believe that was Jeff Wang. Actually listed on the JV roster. Looks like they perhaps brought a couple players up late in the season. Roster a little bit out of date. Ball played in the box, coming out, make a play. And nice save by Eric Langoff. So it is Langoff back in net. Confused because his playing jersey is number 19. That's also on the field. That's who has the ball right now. Kind of an opportunity for a shot. It's got 3 defenders around him. Centerline eventually takes that away. Nice header by the Big Reds. And now battling far side. Nice challenge at center to keep it through there. Centerline plays it up again. And now backpedaling Kasich in the corner. Thought he was going to play that one out of bounds. Actually able to tightrope walk it on the sideline. Falls down, still able to get up and make that play. So a lot of back and forth action as we're about halfway through the first half. Header by the Big Reds will roll out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in. Played back to the keeper, to Langoff, and a dangerous play as he was challenged by Centerline. Nice play to get that ball out of there. And Warzinski, Centerline keeping it right around there. Almost a dangerous play there. Played back into the defense. We'll roll out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Got some more substitutions. Looks like Stefan Mizok is actually the goaltender for Centerline tonight. Was unsure, didn't see them put on the goaltender jersey early. Let's see the other keeper playing on the field now. Wait to throw in looks a little shaken up on the play for the Big Reds. Battle once again bouncing around midfield along that far sideline. Nice ball in. Once again, trying to find some space. Good defense by Kasich. It's played out of bounds. Robinson, nice move at center, buys himself a little bit of space. Got a player running with him. He's got two. Pass a little off the mark and stolen by Devon Robinson from center line. Way back towards center, and now once again in Big Red's control. Djokovic. There's one playing that back up. Almost out of bounds, we'll have a corner. Or actually pointing to the ground, we'll have a throw in near the corner. It's going to be taken by Nate Robinson. Tried to throw it in along the baseline, and Mallon was there, but couldn't handle it, knocked it out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick. So 17:05 remaining here in the first half, still scoreless. Tonight's matchup between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Centerline Panthers. As we await the goal kick. Actually gets the whistle. Big Red's doing a good job staying back here for exactly this reason. If it comes up short, you could have an opportunity. Yeah, nice challenge by Robinson. We've seen that a lot of times. If you just strike a goal kick just slightly off, you can leave it back and actually easily slide behind the defense, have a good opportunity one-on-one with the goalie. Nice battle for it in the corner. Robinson going against John Miller. Miller wearing a soft cast today. Something wrong with his right hand. Don't let you play with those big plaster ones because they're pretty much battle rods that you can use as weapons. So let them play in the soft mass. That ball booted off the bounce really far and wide. And will eventually roll out of bounds. A Big Red throw in. Caught that one just right off the bounce. Well, Djokovic. Big Red's giving chase. Centerline doesn't play it to the near sideline out of bounds. They play it to the far sideline. They get a challenge by the Big Reds now. Able to keep it in, but unable to keep it upfield. Nice hustle. A lot of times as a defender, you'll turn it to the nearest sideline to you, which would have been the far sideline. Just play it out of bounds. Let help get there. Obviously very confident in his kicking powers, Robinson. Willing to send that one across the field. But if you strike that one wrong, that's a dangerous play. You want to put your goalie in that position. Far side, nice header to keep it out of the box. Kasich, keep it out of the center of the field anyway. Once again, a big boot coming back from the defense, and wisely the keeper comes out. Very edge of the box. Langoff stops that play before it happens. 14:07 now remaining here in the first half. Nice challenge in the corner, eventually winning it. Mallon against Robinson, who's been solid all night. Defensively, eventually wins it. Tries to get a centering pass, not many of his teammates really there, so pretty easy save for the goalkeeper. Pass along the far side now to Josh Paul. Offside his foot up and out of bounds. Now a throw in for the Panthers. Once again, knocked out again. Throw in for Centerline. Careful in those quick throw-ins. Almost pulled his back foot up there. Pop that one up in the air. Defensive play. Be careful, that can be dangerous trying to keep that ball in bounds by heading it, even though he was out of bounds. Once again, sent to the sideline. They're going to say it went off Port Huron high. So it's going to be a center line throw-in. And their team really making up much ground offensively. Both teams with about one scoring opportunity apiece. There was a shot earlier that Langoff had a punch over the net. And then Robinson on a free kick. A pretty good opportunity for the Big Reds. But still tied, still scoreless. 11:33 remaining here in the first half. Nice challenge by Centerline. Trying to clear the zone back to center, but line of Big Red defenders waiting there, and Kasich sends it back. Big Red's looking a little better now as they're a team that's trying to sustain possessions. Gonna have a whistle, so we'll have a free kick. Wait for the spot of the foul. It's going to be taken by Nate Robinson. Said he had a good opportunity earlier, a little farther away, probably trying to hook this one in the box. Bounced off a couple heads, bouncing around, got a shot off. Nice attempt, Hunter Falk inside the box. And nice free kick by Robinson, setting up his teammates. Opportunity there, that one just out of bounds. Smanovic. Battling forward in the corner. Nice takeaway. So nice footwork along the near sideline. Coming over now. Gassick trying to make a play. Nice centering pass. Gets it to Vang. Vang's got an opportunity on the net now. And he shoots it and he scores. Gets it past Langoff. Goes down for the play, trying to make the save. And now we're off to a 1-0 lead. Jesse Vang with the goal. So first on the board is Centerline. Still early, as we see 9:34 remaining here in the first half of play. So we'll see how the Big Reds respond. Actually started to look like the sharper team there. Just a nice individual effort by both Vang and actually had a nice pass to him too. But based on looking at the two teams, I would have said Port Huron High had the upper hand the past couple of minutes. So just got to keep with that momentum, keep attacking. They can stay right in this one. Again, plenty of time. I bet Langoff's beating himself up over that goal. Came out and played it well. Cut off the angle. Really had a good position to stop that ball. Went down and just unfortunately slipped through his hands and just right by him. Tough break. Still a tough play for a goaltender. Far sideline. Bumped out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for the Port Huron High Big Reds. Header's turned away, and then Robinson has time to set up. Try to put another ball right back in. Big Reds aren't done yet. Getting a shot off in heavy traffic. Was Djokovic. Tough shot. Defenders around him. And just wide, so we'll have a goal kick. Centerline dropping a lot of defenders right back in front of their goaltender. And there's the short goal kick, and that's where you'd like to see the Big Reds play. The forwards play a little closer to the goalie on a play like that. Not sure if it was on purpose. And they have a pretty good play on the ball. And an opportunity to turn that short goal kick into a lot of times can be turned into a breakaway. That one rolled out of bounds. Big Red throw-in. 6:38 remaining here in the first half of play. Again, Centerline up 1-0. Nice challenge, sending that one outside the box by Kasich. A persistent, gonna have a shot here though. Robinson challenged it, hooked it out, and that would have gone wide. Nice opportunity still. Nice save by Langoff. Shot was by Justin Riddle. Long ball, Langout wisely comes up and just don't want to try to get your hands on that. Just try to punch it out. Great play there. I think he knows goals are going to be tough to come by in this game. Able to make that save too. Making sure that one he let by is the only one for the game. Big Red's next step though, they got to put one on the board themselves. Centerline taken away along the far sideline. Trying to work it through center. Being a little bit more patient. We're seeing I think we're seeing a little bit of disparity between the first and second team. First team seems very comfortable with each other, passing around quite well and controlling the possession. And other times we're seeing a Centerline team that looks a little clueless. I think that's part of the mass substitutions. Originally they did it earlier, now smaller substitutions since. Sometimes you have a first team and a second team, and they get more comfortable with each other. Many times you try to change the parts on those teams. Not the same familiarity with each other. Be a whistle there, and free kick for Centerline. And no, correction, free kick for the Big Reds. Kasich will get a running start, put a boot into that one. Nice ball handling for Centerline by Robinson. Osmanovic tried to get it back to Mallon. Played it a little bit too far and out of bounds. Now Centerline just content with taking some time. Nice header there by the Big Reds. Gonna have an opportunity. See if you can make a move, and nice defensive play. And just outside the top of the box. But able to slide tackle and take that one away. Port Huron High was in line for a good scoring opportunity there. It was Emil with the scoring opportunity, but again, great defense by Centerline. Whistle there and call against the Big Reds. Robinson comes up, takes the kick. Marzinski's first one to touch it. Far sideline, I'm not sure if they whistled it was out of bounds or if there's some contact. I believe they're whistling some contact. Centerline's a little confused on that call. Anyway, we'll have a free kick for the Big Reds. 2:25 remaining. Again, Centerline Panthers up 1-0 here in the first half of play. Played out of bounds. Throwing for the Big Reds. Deflected right back out, so we'll do it again. Final 2 minutes of the first half now. Deflecting it out of bounds. Throw in. They wanted a illegal throw in. Try to get this one higher in the box. Nice header by Robinson. Once again, he's been solid all night tonight for the Panthers. Devon Robinson defensively. And once again, flying in from nowhere. Get his head on that ball. And now playing the ball through center. He's a defender, and he's got a lot of room. Collision at center. It's going to be incidental. It's going to play on. Out comes goalkeeper here. And, oh, it bounced up, and that's a great play by Langoff. Dangerous play. Had to come out and don't want that player to beat you in space and would have a lot of opportunities. So, a gutsy decision, but definitely the right decision by Langoff. Come out and play that one and made a great save. 37 seconds remaining here in the first half. Trying to get one last scoring opportunity are the Panthers. Port Huron High will just play that one to the near sideline. Throw in and left outside, left alone outside top of the circle. Nice job coming back from the forward position, Osmanovic. Great opportunity there. Nice challenge. And Robinson once again showing his footwork defensively. He's been single-handedly stopping the defense, and I don't think he's subbed out of the game. So that does it for the first half of play. Centerline Panthers 1, Port Huron High Big Reds 0. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment. You're on CPHS 6. And we're back now with the second half of tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Centerline Panthers. Just back underway now, and again, the Centerline Panthers lead 1-0 after goal by Jesse Vang in the first half. And really hasn't been a lot of offense by either team thus far. And obviously we'll see how the Big Reds come out after halftime and see if they can get something on the board. Start to see Centerline really come alive offensively in the last 10 minutes or so of the first half. Challenge laying off a couple times, but he's been solid ever since one rolled by him on a breakaway. And really, it was a great shot. Tough save for laying off, and Big Red offense got to help him out a little bit. He's definitely kept him in the game. And I got to mention, too, number 19. Sorry, I didn't know his name in the first half. It's actually Jensen Isles. He's had a great game from the forward position. Actually, a freshman moved up. That's why I wasn't on the varsity roster. So I was a little confused because he was wearing Langoff's actual jersey for his jersey when he's not in goal, as number 19. So there went two of them out there. So that's Jensen Isles. He's played well from the forward position today, obviously. Shown a lot of talent, bring up a true freshman to the varsity team. I believe that makes him the only freshman on the varsity team. Only 2 sophomores too, so very impressive company. And I believe it's trying to get the Big Reds to finish around the net. They've had a hard time with it this year. A lot of pretty good midfielders and a strong defense, but they've had trouble finishing around the net. So bringing up another forward like that, we'll see how it helps. And of course, I say that right now, and he's back on defense, but I'm playing the forward position most of tonight. And I think a big challenge for the Big Reds here in the second half is going to be, what did they do with Devon Robinson? And he's been really solid tonight defensively for Centerline. Can't really say whether Centerline's goalie, how well he's really performed. He's made just a couple of routine saves today, but really the Centerline defense has held most of the goals at bay. Forced a couple shots wide with good positioning, and so if the Big Reds finally get an opportunity, find out what kind of goaltender we have back there. Obviously, like I said, Langoff's having a pretty good game despite letting in 1 goal. Looking solid, coming out, making a couple aggressive plays on the ball. So now battling for it at center field. And like I said earlier, the Centerline, it seems like this first team offense, the starters that they had. Nice pass, let's see if it's onside. It is in the corner, nice challenge. And I thought it was actually whistled offside. That's just the band behind me. Threw me off for a second there. Yeah, it looked like he was onside, so. But that one will go out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick upcoming. Actually had a free kick inside the box, so it was played to the goalkeeper. Nice night to play under the lights, though, not that cold, especially for this time of season. Taking a little time, nice ball up. Let's see if the Big Reds can do it once again. Robinson, just this time, just plays it to the sideline. We did that aggressive play earlier, clearing it to the far sideline. Obviously very confident in his abilities as a defender, and I don't see anything tonight to prove otherwise, but sometimes that confidence can get you in trouble. Especially we'll see the Big Reds up offensive pressure here in the second half. Got a meal up there on offense. I think him along with Nate Robinson, they're going to be two of the Big Reds that are really going to be asked to try to put the ball in the net. And there's Robinson there. Could also be Mallon. They got to get something, sustain possessions. A couple opportunities. Most of them on actually free kicks, just slightly outside the box. Got to get something going with the offense actually working. On the far sideline, out of bounds, will have thrown for the Big Reds. And again, worth mentioning, mentioned it in the first, but Centerline's also a lot deeper team, or at least in bodies anyway. So we'll see how they'll use their substitutions, whether they can keep fresh legs out there for the second half, and whether we have any conditioning issues with the Big Reds having a smaller team. Obviously less room for substitutions. Soccer's one of those sports, definitely great for conditioning. A lot of these guys, they can go the whole 80 minutes if you ask them to. Chasing back on defense is Warzinski. Plays it up to Robinson. Long shot from Centerline, slow roller. Didn't exactly come out the way he wanted to, and it will come out and make the play as Lang off. Centerline had a body in front of him. It was Monovic trying to add some room in center, and now Chris Webb up there and forward. Didn't see much of him in the first half. He's a player that can make a difference here on offense. Not sure if he was out there in the first half or if he just had a quiet first half. Games we've seen him before, definitely he controls the midfield pretty well. Was up there pretty far on that play. Miller, nice pass up to Emil. Challenged out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for Port Huron High. So 31-43 remaining here in the second half of play. Throw in played by Webb. And bounce back. And they're not leaving as many men back on defense. Going to be opportunities for this Centerline offense if they can capitalize on them. That pass a little off the mark. Troy Jones up there on offense. Nice header by Isles. Couldn't find it after that. Right there is Kasich to boot it back up. That's how you help your teammate out. Miller at center. Rocking the hat the second half. Couldn't handle that pass. Now battle for it in the corner. And once again, played very well defensively by Devon Robinson. And the Big Reds got to find a way to beat him before they worry about beating the goalie, because he's been there on just about every play. Jensen Isles now. Smart play to play back to center. Kasich tried to get a little more of that. Slow roller. This time deflects it once again in center. Near side, Jones battling for it, taken away by Robinson. Now running is Webb. Nice defensive play to turn that ball around. That's Cody Penn. There's our goal scorer, Vang at center. He's looking for goal number 2, trying to take it in single-handedly. Eventually gets the pass, late pass. Seems like one of the few players that's really able to dribble it into the box alone. Played out of bounds, and once again we will see the mass substitutions for Centerline. I see the game played here under the lights. Definitely later in the season, it's getting dark pretty early. Get an opportunity to play here. Nice soccer complex here for the Port Huron Area School District. Get to play on with the lights. Long ball played in, it's going to be wide. And we'll have a goal kick for Port Huron High. I think I was talking about the lights and it went dark. I thought the lights actually went out for a second. Had that happen at Memorial Stadium recently. But I believe it was just the tennis light shutting off. Shorter goal kick for Langoff anyway. Played back to the defense. They'll control it. Got plenty of room. Far sideline shot wide. Shot's going to be by Adam Lyles. Port Huron High defense doing a good job here in the second half, not allowing shots, and they're leaving fewer men back because they're trying to put one in the net themselves. There's play by Nerman or Osmanovic. And then Webb collides with Robinson. Nice move, played it too far in front of him, and that allowed Warzinski to come up and play the ball. Now John Miller through center. Long ball. Let's get it up to Emil. And Emil upset with himself after that, unable to control it, and it will roll out of bounds. 26:50 remaining here in the second half of play. Again, the Panthers up 1-0. Tried to deflect it there. Nice job turning it around and playing it back. And Osmanovic tried to feed Robinson. Really nice play design. Pass just a little bit too strong. Nice play with the box out by Miller. Now going quick the other way. Centerline. Onside and coming back to make a play, and it's Jeremy Kasich, and he's been big tonight. Unfortunately, not really had time to turn and fire that one towards the sidelines, so we'll have to kick it out at the end line. That will result in a corner kick for the Panthers. So obviously a opportunity here to score. They play this one right, trying to hook it inside the box. Out comes the keeper. Langoff gets his hands on it. Now it's free and bounced off a couple Port Huron High players, and he's able to cover it up. Got to be aggressive and come out and play that ball. Looked like he tried to catch it. A lot of times you try to punch it away in those situations. Fortunately, his teammates around him played it well, and he was able, nice pass. Almost a no-look pass and unable to handle it in the center. But Robinson with a great pass, and I think he's really one of the best passers on this team. Trying to set up his teammates, but Erman Arzmanovic just slightly off on the pass, couldn't handle it. Not to get a clean shot off anyway. And now we'll have a throw in. Or excuse me, we'll have a corner. Didn't see exactly where that one ran out of bounds. I believe we'll have O'Meal back to take it. Now he's in front of the net. It's going to be taken by Robinson. Immediately deflected right back out. Big Red's defense, they don't have many back, but some pushing and shoving there from Centerline. We'll give the Big Reds a free kick. This is an opportunity where their defensemen are going to play it. Kasik's going to take it. They're going to be able to send everyone up, even have their corner defenders up. And a long shot in on net and over the goalie. So that was a long free kick. And Jeremy Kasik, the defense, gets a goal for Port Huron High. And we're all tied up at 1-1, 24:01 remaining here in the second half of play. And Centerline just looks confused. I'm not sure they were really ready for that. That was don't really expect a strike from that distance. Expect them to probably play a ball inside the box. But we're all tied up at 1. And tough play for Mizuk, who's a goaltender for Centerline. Tried to jump up, and I don't know if he was tall enough to reach that one, or even if you are, you got to time it just right to just get a hand on it. And unable to do so. I don't think he was really expecting a shot there either. But that plays off for the Big Reds, and now let's see if they keep this aggression. They've showed their back back three can really hold the defense. So they score, and that's a way to find a way around Robinson, as I've been talking. He's been right there and right in the middle of that stop, Devon Robinson. But if you get an on-place kick, he doesn't really factor into this game. So with the way this game's played, you got to believe that the next goal probably takes it. Wouldn't be surprised also if there wasn't a next goal. We have a whistle there in the corner. A free kick for Centerline. That's going to be on Webb. And I say he fouled them on the play. Good job again by the Big Reds playing the short kick. Got to have the defense for that. Could have been a good opportunity. O'Meal coming up with that play. This ball sent into the box, and once again rejecting it with his head, Kasik. Jumping up high to knock that ball down is Langoff. Tries the more accurate throw, gets it right to Centerline though, just slightly off the mark. Once again confused by the whistle of the marching band behind us. They're practicing, so they've been giving us a little bit of a soundtrack for this evening, which that part's nice, but the whistle's been a little confusing. Haven't seen it affect any of the players, which is a good thing. 'Cause I hate to think a play's dead and then some players play on, and that can lead to some angry teams. And that ball bounces over a foot, and we'll see. Robinson, the first one to that ball. And crisis averted for Centerline. Emil now challenging Robinson. He's going to have to get physical with him, and he's going to get a whistle there because he's shoving. And I think that's just the frustration that the Big Reds have had all night with him. He's used his body well, boxing out a lot of offensive forwards and a lot of midfielders, and stopped a lot of the Big Reds' plays. Nice challenge there by Nate Robinson. And they're going to try to send this one. Nice ball across the court, across the field. Robinson catches it in the middle. He's the only one there, though. And Devon Robinson now clearing it to the near sideline. Centerline able to keep that one in. No, they're going to say it went out. Oh, we're going to get a card. Some action away from the ball here. And we got a yellow card. And it's going to be on Samir Jiju. So he'll have a yellow card, and he'll head over to the bench. I think that ball was whistled out, and he thought he saved it. And then I believe words were exchanged. And that was the reason for the card. So both teams a little frustrated. Centerline a little frustrated after giving up the 1-0 lead, looking pretty good. But the Big Reds are coming back strong here in the second half, and they're looking like the better team right now. Looking more on the same page. 19:54 remaining here in the second half, all tied up at 1. Thanks to that man right there, Kasich. Who says defense doesn't win games? Ball played to the far sideline, going to be out of bounds and bounce over that wonderful fence. Looks like they have the gate unlocked today. You see the junior varsity players climb that fence, but fortunately for them, they unlocked that door today. Still quite a bit of woods over there to go through. Trying to get this ball up to Emil. Took an awkward bounce. That's a little farther forward. And they're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to change the clock. What exactly is the definition for the delay here? They'll run over to the scorekeeper at center field. And I believe they're trying to reset the clock, and they can't hear each other either over the marching band. So clock is set to 19 minutes. So with that, now we'll get back underway. The Big Red throw-in, coming in fast, trying to get for that pass is Webb. Goes into Osmanovic. Centering, and dangerous opportunity there. Good opportunity for the Big Reds. Coming back is Webb, challenging that ball. Now a foot race to it. He's got the angle, trying to cut off the shot. And shot on net by Somo. Saved by Langoff. Great job playing the angle on the far side is Falk, pretty much giving him no angle for that shot, and make that save a lot easier for Langoff. As a keeper, you appreciate defense like that. Meal with the header inside the box, slightly off the mark. Goalkeeper will pick it up. Of no goal kick, and he'll see if he plays it short here. Taking some time. And Emil inside the box, and defense gets off a soft shot as he turns and fires. And pretty easy save for Centerline. A little upset with himself there. Good defense. It was actually a good play just to avoid the challenge there and still be able to get a shot off, but easy save for the goaltender, Nate Robinson now. And I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that Devon Robinson has not left the game today. He's been in there all night. They're using his defense, and the Big Reds, I think, are aware of that now, and they're trying to stay away from what part of the field he is in. The only thing is he's playing all over. Waits the throw-in. He's going to do the front flip throw-in. Able to get some distance on it there. Now he's just showing off. A lot of times you see that in the offensive end. You can pretty much make a throw-in from the sideline, pretty much equivalent of a corner with those kind of throw-ins. Get it into the box like that. Shot left-footed there and just slightly off the mark. And that was goal scorer of the day, Jesse Bang. Trying to add the second to his collection. But Robinson, with that type of throw-in, a lot of times you'd sub your defensive player, run him all the way up towards the front. Run him all the way up with the forwards to use that type of throw-in on the sidelines. Again, to basically simulate a corner. A very dangerous play, but obviously he's very valuable back on the defensive end, and that's where he stayed today. That one played by Centerline will eventually creep out of bounds. And Nate Robinson's going to throw it in. Seeing a strong second half from a lot of these midfielders and forwards. The Big Reds just need to get something on goal. Nice pressure. The Big Reds not being as aggressive now. Midfielders are dropping back in defense with this game tied. Helping out the back three now. Langoff comes out to make that save. We'll roll this one short to Robinson. A good opportunity. Try to play a long ball. We'll see who gets there first. Trying to chase it down was Falk. But Centerline's able to get control of that and plays it upfield. Now through center, giving chase. Nice effort by Miller. And Big Reds just need a break, and they'll play that one to the sideline. Make it a Centerline throw-in. So 14:06 remaining here in the second half of play. Score all tied up at 1 apiece. Tough shot, and Langoff holding on to the crossbar there, making sure that one was going wide. Yep, and that was always out of bounds, so just hit in the back of the net there. So we'll have a goal kick. A nice strike on it, and seen the Big Reds in the past use those boots from the goalie is almost instant offense. You can catch a defense off guard that way. Centerline seeming a lot more like the content team right now. Both teams have kind of gone back to their first half form. Reds are looking a little sharper on offense, but as far as the aggressiveness, they're really about staying the same. And Langhoff, after the deflection, saying they're getting a little more relaxed on the offense, and they put a shot out on like that, almost right on cue to contradict me. A nice save by Langhoff, able to stay on top of that ball, especially after giving up that rebound. This one will roll out of bounds, 12:27 remaining here in the second half. Josh Paul set to take the throw in for the Big Reds. Seeing some substitutions once again for Centerline. Again, they looked like a little bit different team when they subbed about half their team in. When they didn't do the full change like they did earlier. That's when they seemed like weren't exactly all that comfortable playing with each other. So we'll see if that has any effect on them here late. Keeping some of their key players out there. Nice move by Miller. Keep on top of that ball and got held a little bit, got away with it. Now we're seeing Isles back out there, and he was out there as a defender before, but played most of the most of the first half as a forward. And he's up there as a forward again. Whistle, and it's going to be on the Big Reds. We'll have a free kick for Centerline. Again, hopefully Port Huron High defending against the short kick. Doesn't matter on that play. Nice play through center off the back of teammate's head and almost bounced into a very good position for the Panthers. Norman and an opportunity there. Nerman Osmanovic. Opportunity. Goalie just beat him to it. Nice challenge there by Isles. Gotta keep the defense honest, and if he wins that challenge, definitely have the disadvantage going in as the attacking player. Defense just has to make a sidestep, but if the defender does make a mistake, would have been a pretty easy shot on net for Jensen Isles. Again, he's been playing around the field there, switching up the team a little bit. He played most of the first half at forward. We'll have a whistle on the sideline, free kick for Centerline. Like I was saying, played most of the first half as a forward. Drop back to defense on the first part of the second half, and now back on the forward line of a free kick here as we see a wall of defenders. Tell you something, as a former soccer player, it's always fun being a member of that wall, knowing one soccer ball might hit you at any moment. It's the definition of taking one for the team, but that one sails high and left. That's one thing in practice you typically don't practice all that much. Making a wall of defense. Not very pleasant.
Here we go.
Now final 9 minutes of play, all tied up at 1. Of a whistle at center. Starting to see a little more players just being a little bit more aggressive, using their body. Hasn't been a really all that physical game. Defense on both sides, just not really going after people. Haven't seen many slide tackles or anything. And a very nice play by Langhoff. Good decision to come out and play that one. Zach DeLeese was right there. But really, I haven't seen a lot of fouls. There was one card given out. But I believe that was probably for the wrong choice of words after a whistle. But it's been a pretty clean game. Starting to see a lot more whistles here late. But still just minor calls. It's a little pushing, shoving here and there. Got to expect that, especially when you're tied here with about 8 minutes to play. Monovic makes a nice couple moves. staying with it now. Bumped off the ball, but Webb's there. Eventually knocked off the ball. Take the second ball out of play, and we'll have a throw in for the Big Reds. Nice challenge at center by Warzinski. Centerline's got a lot of players that just tend to bob and weave in between the defense. Port Huron's done a good job keeping those kind of players in front of them today. Centerline's got some players that can make some moves, though. Got to really give credit to the defense. Playing the ball, playing it well. These are the little fouls that we're talking about. Didn't see much there. The ball was a little bit away from that area after the whistle. Could have missed it, but not much. But a free kick for the Big Reds. At least they've been consistent both ways. Back to Robinson. Gets that one off a bounce. Pop fly in the air at center. Off a couple of heads. Looks like Paul's going to be the first one to get there. Good job keeping that ball in front of him. Gets it over to Miller finally. And incidental collision there. Good no call. Troy Jones, definitely one of those players. Moves very quickly. Smaller player just weaving in and out of traffic. Port Huron High, a lot bigger team on defense, and again, great job keeping those players in front of them. Opportunity here now as Webb's on the run. It gets bumped outside, and once again, and then we see the shoving there, and that's been the apparent frustration again. Devon Robinson, he's been shut down all day for the Panthers. Really one of the best defensive players I've seen this year, and he pretty much hasn't let anything by him. So Port Huron High just a little upset getting beat there, and a shove and the free kick. So just under 5 minutes to play now. Still tied at 1. Again, Port Huron High Big Reds 1 against the Centerline Panthers. Call's going to be offsides there. Heard some Centerline fans upset from the sidelines. That's another call we haven't heard too much of today. Haven't seen many offsides. Gotta think. Or it wasn't offsides, it was just out of bounds. And quickly goes right the other way. So now a throw in for Centerline. So this game starting to be in danger of ending up a tie. And nice pass ahead, and Webb's going to have a shot in that one. He's upset with himself after that shot, holding his head. Great pass from Miller, and that's a tough shot for Webb. Sails it high, but had to shoot that one at pretty much full speed, but still upset with himself. Not an easy play. Once again, good job by the defense, by the forwards, playing both ways tonight and defending those goal kicks. Almost led to another opportunity there. Nice job coming up from the defense, Josh Paul. That went out of bounds. Have another throw in. Is starting to run out of time. 3 minutes now remaining. As Paul will take the throw in. Big Reds seem to have the upper hand. Robinson now. Booted right back out. Paul's going to be the first one there. He's got a player right on him. Very good player. Nice. Tries to center it in the middle of the field to Kasich. Trying to get a little help. But eventually they do, and able to clear it to the sideline. Sometimes that's the right play, especially when you know you have a good defensive player right next to you. You always want to take on those one-on-one matchups. Because like we said, defense has been solid as a unit, so great job trusting each other, working together there. Webb's just been flying the second half. He's all over the field. I think he's trying to make up for that shot over the net. Trying to find someone to throw it into. And great effort there, shot. And nice shot on the net. Not a great scoring opportunity, but still, the Port Huron High got to try something. Had the opportunity. So had to try to put a good strike on the ball. And we're going to get a whistle. And it's going to be on the Big Red, so this is going to be a dangerous opportunity. I think they're going to move this ball up a little bit, too. Depending on, oh, they're going to stay about there for the kick. I thought they were pointing a little bit farther upfield. So once again, we'll see the wall of defenders, and this is a dangerous spot for a kick, especially this late. We're in the final minute of this game. And Centerline trying, this is their opportunity to not end this one with a tie, but they sail this one high over the net. It's always a tough play with the wall of defenders in front of you. Try the short kick, try to Kasich off the side of his foot, though, and that could have backfired. Centerline almost with the ball there. Nice job boxing out, and nice move at center. Both teams is trying, oh, and then we get a shove into the ground. And some players complaining, and they're like, hey, man, we just got to play. Final couple seconds on the clock. Looking like this one's probably going to end up in a tie. And that booted out of the zone, and that will do it for the second half, and that will do it for tonight's game. This game ends in a 1-1 tie between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Centerline Panthers. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here on CPHS 6. I'm Carl Staffhorst. Good night.